Hello, welcome to the stock market weekend review. It is 11/19, 2023. Um, the market will be closed, of course, next Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Um, I'm not sure if the market closed early on Wednesday. Maybe it is. I had to check the schedule, but we do have a slew of economic data this week. Mostly had to do with mortgage application and housing permits, housing start, new home sales. I think a lot of housing related data. And don't be surprised that those data will be stronger than expected or projected, okay? Because um, mortgage rate definitely came down along with 10-year rate and 20-year rate. So, you know, you should not be surprised. Does that mean that the bond market is going to crash? No, but be prepared that if you are looking to buy into TLT, I would say uh, don't buy ahead of those data because I do think those data will be strong and the market will react negatively with them. However dumb that is, but it is what it is. Okay, so that's my expectation. Um, TLT is definitely at a resistance zone. It closed one gap, right? Let's zoom in. Um, well, it's close to fill that gap. It's not quite fill that gap yet, but it's getting close. And I think that gap is, let's see, it's at 90.67. It's getting close. Okay, so um, I did sell 94 and 93 cover call for this Friday because I do think that's a tall leap to get there. Plus, you have the 100 MAs coming down, so um, I didn't mind selling 93 cover calls because the 94 cover calls didn't have a whole lot of juice. Even the 93 was pretty weak, but it's okay. I don't mind grabbing some money there. I have enough TLT to sell, but I didn't sell a lot. Okay, I had 6 expire last Friday, but I only have 2 going into this week. So hopefully I can take advantage of the market and sell some more cover calls in the 93, 94 range. But for now, I think yeah, I feel like I'm repeating myself every week. It's all on economic data. Okay, until we have much weaker data, much higher unemployment, then you see the potential big spike in TOT when the Fed has had the history of the Fed is that they raise rates slower usually, but they cut rate pretty fast. Um, so let's just go back real quick to revisit the last recession. Let's go back 20 years. Okay. Yes, as you can see, you see this spike right here in 2008, 2009. That's it. That is the recession. Okay, and there has been multiple spike in long term. Well, the spike in TLT, of course, not mean the rate is crashing, right? That's so yeah. I think the risk reward is going along TLT, even though there's still plenty of people out there that call for a higher rate for longer. Now, keep in mind, um, the 10-year Treasury yield did not quite get to 20-year. That's insane. Okay, didn't quite get there, but that's where auto loan mortgage rate is. Okay, so yes, there will be a spike in potential auto sales as well as mortgage application, home sales because of the drop in rate the past 2 weeks, but it's not going to be as strong is what we saw down here. Okay, you got to understand, if you couldn't afford to buy a home when rate was 7.5% before the pop to 8.3% ish, what makes you think you can be buying a house this weekend because it's back to 7.5%? It's not going to happen. So sure, those are on the fence when mortgage rate was 7.5%, saw the pop to 8, and then now the reverse back to 7.5. Those are on the fence, might be the one that are the last potential buy out there. Of course, there are always buyer for new home, but the problem with new home is that if you are depend on where you live, okay, if there's not new home down here, in Florida, there's plenty of neighborhoods with new home, plenty, okay, plenty. But in certain neighborhoods, certain city, there's no such thing as a lot of new home sales. So it's not like everyone is rushing to their suburb to buy a brand new home for with a 5.5% teaser rate that home builders are offering. Certain state has that, okay, but it's not like it's available in every single state, in every single city. So that option is not available for everyone. So I do, like I said, being a dead horse here, there would be stronger data when it comes down to mortgage application and home building, all that stuff, home sales. But I don't expect it to be like rip roaring numbers. The market has been pretty strong into resistance. Okay, so if you long SPY, QQQ, Dow Jones, you know the drill, right? It's banging on resistance here, right? Is this not new? Can it get to the all-time high? Possibly, but the play here is trim into the pop. I would be chasing and adding here into the pop. Okay, if you have SPY, for sure, raise your stop. Where should your stop be? At the least, have it at 446.09 or 446 ish, right? You don't want to give up too much. If you bought SPY down here on the crash, correction, whatever you want to call it, certainly you don't want to give up the gap fill, right? So yeah, same thing with the QQQ. There's no magic to this, okay? It's at the least raise your stop to the gap, okay, right here, which is 383.18, right? You don't want to give up back down to down here. It's been a big run, been a good uh, 10% run kind of run. So yeah, be careful. Just don't be. It's okay to be greedy. Okay, I'm not saying sell. If I was not being greedy, I would say get out. But I'm like, just raise your stop on trim. It's okay to be greedy. It's a time of the year where seasonally you can have a little bit more push. It's the big boys are pushing toward year end closing so that they can get the bigger bonus. That's what the Santa rally is about, right? If you don't know why they have a Santa rally, because the big boys are trying to maximize return, to maximize fee and profit and bonuses. So hey, if you are a hedge fund or portfolio manager, it's other people's money. It's not your money to play with, right? It's your bonus to get. So the mentality is use all the cash that's available to push it as high as you can to maximize your return for your profit, for your bonuses. Okay, it's not hard to think. All right, let's move on to. Do we need to talk about FANG? Yeah, I guess we can, right? Microsoft, yeah, it's trim. Would I like to buy down at the 20 MA? Yeah, but right now is raise your stop. Where should your stop be, right? That's a big question for everyone. I would say right here. And this, there's a 3-day range here where it's kind of basing, and then it make another move. So if you want to set your stop, set it at like 361 if you want, right? Hey, it gets stopped out at 361 and buy back at 351, 352. Not a bad thing. Okay, save yourself 2.5%, $8, $9. Why not? Google is still my favorite of the big FANG. So same thing here, right? Trim. Okay, it look at that. It filled the gap right here on this day, barely, right? Let's see. The gap was 137.42. Sorry, it didn't fill the gap, but it's close enough. Okay, for me that's close enough. So it got that whiff and then it sell off. So would I buy? I would say that should be your stop. The 50 MA should be your stop for your Google, and buy down here 130. Okay, that's I would I have buy order at the gap fill at 132.5. That was my order. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't mind adding it 132.5 and then 130. I have 3 orders to buy: 130, 132.5, and that's I think that's there's a little gap right there that I would sell or put spread below. And the third one on this, okay, is of course Meta. Oh, if anything, trim, right? I have an order in to trim at 340. So if it keep going higher, I would trim a little bit more at 340. But as far as buying, down here, I have buy orders in 314 to 305. Okay, way down here. No need to chase. Okay, no need to chase. If anyone think that we're not gonna see the 50, the 20, or the 100 MA again, what are you smoking? What are you smoking if you think that it's just up and away from here? Okay, so just be careful. Don't be too greedy. Tesla, same thing. It's time to go. Okay, I've been out of Tesla. I don't have anything in Tesla. I have no desire to be in Tesla, and it filled the gaps, and it's struggling here. So I think the path of least resistance for Tesla is power. If you want to play Tesla, wait down here, 217. Okay, if you want to buy it off the 20 MA, you can, but for me, no need to be in there right now. If the move in the Nasdaq reverse early in January when all the Santa rally is over, Tesla likely will see something below 200. Yes, I just said that, below, where I think that's the better time to be in Tesla. My next earning, I think there's a chance that Tesla will be below 200 before the next earning. So depend on how the econ play out. Okay, if economic data, especially in China, continue to show weaknesses, watch out. Okay, that can drag down Tesla. Let's see what else. Apple, same thing. If you're in it, time to go. Look at that move. Wow, right? Wow, that surprised me. I'm out. I got stopped out, which I'm okay with because I did make profit. But it's there. It's at the scene of the crime, right? Look, last time it was here, you got a nasty move. So same thing here. Trim, set your stop. Where? Once again, somewhere here, 187-ish. Okay, that would be where my stop is, because I would rather get stopped out there and buy back 178, 179. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to give up. Okay, a lot. Okay, last of the big boys, Nvidia earning this week. If there's a pop, I have sell order in. Okay, somewhere in a 502 to 5, 510. I have whole bunch of sell order. But yeah, it's look pretty topish here. Okay, um, if there is a pop, I would likely sell. I still have, I believe, 15 share, something like that, either 15 or 16. But if there is a pop below, okay, some of those shares are bought, you know, uh, way down here. So there's a lot of gain in those shares. So I'm not gonna give up 10% should there be a move back down to the 100 MA, and I would not be surprised. Okay, with earning, okay, be careful. I'm not adding. I'm looking to trim. Would I add if there's a knee-jerk reaction sell-off on earning day? Yeah, but for now the plan is to trim. SMH. Oh my goodness, how strong can that be, right? Wow. But still, it's time to go. Um, it's Nvidia and others. Chip stock are doing well too. But there's a lot of froth, in chips area. So yeah, I would not. Now I like Texas Instrument, but it's already make the move. The time to buy. I was hoping 135 on this nasty October year-end crash, tax loss selling, right? It was so close, so close. And then, of course, now it reversed. Time to go. Okay, if you haven't, start to trim. I say, if you bought down here, congratulations. Trim, 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 trim into 157, 163. I don't see it get there. Okay, if it can keep going, I think 162 might be the top because that was key support, right? Key support, and then the break. So wherever was key support could be key resistance. So I think if there is an end target for those that have it, I say 162. Okay, you should be mostly out by that point. Don't be dreaming for 168. Okay, don't be dreaming for that. You can, but don't hate yourself if that never happened. No, not gonna happen. Don't hate yourself if it get to 162 and then reverse. Let's see, another one that I always watch is Qualcomm. Wow, what a move. What a move. I tend to trade Qualcomm down here below 110. There's a lot of chip that did well, like Micron. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay, trim. AMD. Trim. Okay, like I said, it's even the chip maker have a remarkable run. For those that follow, the last time I talked about this, right, I said if you want exposure, that's the time. Go back, rewind back what I said back in the end of October. I did bring attention to this. Okay, I said it's time to do it if you want exposure. And what a move! Wow. Of course, I should have listened to my own advice and bought some. I was too busy with other trades, and that did not happen. But yeah, what a move. But it's time to go. Okay. All right, let's move on to the healthcare. Eli Lilly, a lot of craziness. Okay, so if I see anything 605 to 620, you betcha I'm trimming. Okay, because I nibble at five. Last time I bought was 585. Yeah, I will be selling those share 602 and beyond. Okay, but yeah, it's crazy big trading range. But yeah, if I see 629, 630, you betcha I'll be selling all the trading share that I accumulate the last 2 weeks. Okay, so JSK looking good. I'm glad I grabbed. So far, I got like 107 shares. Yeah, hey, I don't mind adding more. Okay, I don't mind adding more, but I'm patient. Just every time I see the dip, I always have order to buy 2 to 5 shares at 34.15. Right now, that's my lowest order. So if it have any kind of crazy weekday, it's a two share and then 5 share and 10 share down here. The bigger orders down here, 10 share plus down here, 2 shares up there, 5 share in the middle somewhere. Yeah, but yeah, I like JSK. Pfizer, still, okay. Yeah, it's nothing to be excited about. I've been very consistent on Pfizer. I don't mind holding my share, but I'm not adding to this. No need to. I did add to AppV. Okay, every time AppV drop below 138, I'm in there. Okay, I've been in there, so I'm up to 93. I buy, you know, 1 or 2 share here and there, but yeah, it's between this move and Friday, grab 93 shares so far. I would love to bring it up to 100 or more, and my buy order is of course below 138, so I will keep adding. Okay, keep adding. Small, adding small. Uh, Gilead is the other one that I also been adding below. Every time it's below 75, I add. If I see below 75, I have ordered in at 74.6 down to 74. Okay, I think the lowest I have is like 73.88. So yeah, I also trying to sell put spread as well, which I have been doing. I sell 72.70 put spread for lunch money, which I don't mind. Last one here, BIIB come off key support. Yeah, I already have way too much exposure in this sector to buy, but I don't hate it here. Don't hate it here. Same thing with Amgen. I actually like Amgen here. Okay, but did I buy a few shares? I did. I did. Very few. Okay, but I like to buy more down here. I would like to sell put spread if there was any juice, but there was not. But on further pullback, I think I will look to sell 240, 238 put spread. Okay, using the 200 MA as my, so I got a whole bunch of protection here. I got Reflow, I got 100. Yeah, so yeah, no rush. Okay, it looked like it could be a shoulder, head, shoulder. So we'll see. For sure, the shoulder has been resistant. See, shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. What would I do here? Sell put spread. Okay, 69, 67, or 60, 68, 65, right? Which I do not mind getting back those share at 68, so or 69. So depending on what the juice is Friday, I will do that. Okay. No doubt the tax loss selling was pretty ugly. Yeah, it was very obvious to see the tax loss selling, right, in October. A lot of the weak stock, it's very obvious to see that, right? Now I sold half of my Raytheon. I had cover calls, and I decided to. The cover call was 83, and there was no way it's gonna get there. So I closed it out for a penny, and I outright liquidate my share at 80, whatever the what I think. Let's see, it was very early in a day. It was like, you know, I think I sold mine. It's like 80.25 or something like that. When I decided early in the morning at the open to close out the cover calls and sell the share, and I'm glad I did. Now, would I sell a put spread over here? Maybe. Uh, where? Depending on weakness. But right now, I still have 100 shares, which is in profit, but I might just blow it out on any kind of pop. Okay. I still have a little bit of Lockheed Martin, which is fine. I mean, would I sell it? Yeah. If it get back to 455, you betcha. I might sell it all. I sold more than half already. Okay, on this move. And if it get back there, I might even sell the other half and just switch over to this new put spread going forward. All right, let's talk about energy. It found the bottom for now. Keyword is for now. That was ugly. That was an ugly move. Okay, but it popped. Um, it didn't fill the gap though. All right, so we'll see how it will react once it fills the gap. Um, can it keep on going? If you long USO up here, okay, you got to trim. If you get anywhere near 74, that's the spot to sell. Don't wait until the gap fill. Okay, I would say that sure, if you want to sell some here, yes, sell some more at the gap fill, yes, but I think that might be we might be back at another trading range for USO because now that the recession is in play, um, it's hard to fathom, you know, why get back to the up there, right? It's all depend on what, even with the geopolitical issue that we have, right, with Saudi cutting production, all that stuff, it's hard to say. Like I said, economic data will drive oil for sure. If we keep seeing weaker and weaker and weaker econ data, high unemployment, lower oil we will have. Okay, you just can't fight facts. People have less job, they drive less, they spend less. It's just gonna be lower oil. It is that simple, right? So I'm not blowing out all my Chevron and Exxon and everything yet, but I'm cautiously not bullish anymore on oil, right? At anything, I don't mind having the exposure to oil, but any pop into that 74 range, I will probably look to exit a big chunk of my position in oil stock in general. Okay. Let's see. What else can I talk about? Oh, there's a couple of small biotech that we participate in. So far, I sold half, and I'm glad I did. I think my average price on exit was I started to sell at 60. I sold as high as 68.895 or something like that. I had ordered in at 69 and above, but it 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 petered out at 68.94. So it didn't quite get to 69, but we'll see what happened on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, now I do plan to raise my stop. I already did, not plan. I plan on this so far. It's 66. I start to sell at 60 in small size, and then I step up to more share each time I sell. At the end, the last order I sold was 15 share, so it bring my average up. But 66 is a little bit above the average exit price that I had um, on Friday. So basically, I said to myself, if I'm going to leave, I want to leave out at the top. Okay, I'm not gonna. It's too much. I bought my average was just below 48, and yeah, I'm not giving back that much. Okay, so yeah. Now, does it mean it's gonna crash? Hard to say. Okay, but look, for those that follow the other big biotech that we participate in and saw this insane move, remember that? You don't see a big gap and keep on going. It did happen. It could happen. It's a double move almost, right? That's crazy. That was one of the most crazy gap up I have ever seen. Usually you see a gap up and then it kind of goes sideways, but this one gap up and almost double up literally in the next week. Crazy. But just take a look. Okay, it has been nothing but giving back. So hey, if the same thing happened to CRSP, I'm not gonna complain. Okay, I'm not gonna complain if the same thing happened. If CRSP do a double move, yeah, yeah, boy, would I love. But right now, I do have order to sell the rest between 69 and 72. Okay, so yeah, I will see. Would I change the order at 72 to something higher? Depend on how it get there. Okay, but for now, hey, if it's I'm all for a big pop to 72 by 9:30 a.m. on Monday so that I can fully exit. I don't have any problem walking away on that trade. Okay. Um, let's see. ELV, no man's land. I won't touch it here. UNH, definitely not touching it here. I sell put spread on Cigna, and I think it's the least trouble one here. Humana too is okay too. I think Humana. If you want to sell put spread in the 480 and below, that might not be a bad thing. But yeah, it's the sector is volatile. Okay, so just be careful. DGX, I trim, and I'm looking to trim more at 137. I have an order in at 137. Okay, but that's the big trim. Okay, so right now I have trim up 10% so far, but up here at 137, it's the big 30% trim. Okay, so yeah, it's a fairly sizable order up there, and of course the big gap fill is the rest. So right now I have um, 30% here, and then the rest is on the gap fill. But I might change that depend on how it get here, if it get there, right? So, but for now, it's okay. LH, I trim, and I definitely would trim the rest. I have a small amount of shares, much less than DGX, but yeah, you betcha. 218, I be out. Okay, out. Baba. Um, I sold some put spread. Thankfully, it made me some money, but yeah, it's dicey. Okay, it's dicey, but we'll see. We'll see how it behave this week for me to sell some more put spread. But for now, it's dicey. The cancellation of the spin out of their one of the big division, it's not good. Okay, the whole reason for this run up was the announcement of the spin out, and somebody knew something. Well, if you don't know, that division need AI chips, and the ban from Baba buying NVIDIA chips is what cancel the spin out. Okay, so because that division need those AI processor to grow, and until they can figure out how to make their own AI chip, trouble. S-Bucks, I trim. Okay, and you should trim between here and 110. Okay, that I have no illusion of 52-week high, none. Okay, for me, I have already trimmed 15%. Okay, and I I would definitely trim another 50% plus if we see 110. Might even exit it completely, but right now I have ordered in to trim another 35% between 108 and 110. But yeah, it's decent profit, but it's getting toppy. Okay, it's getting toppy, and for sure I have a stop in. Okay, my stop on half of the share is at 105. Okay, I'm not giving up. Okay, the profit. No, 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 no. I'm selling. I'm trimming. I be stop out at 105 on half the share. So that's the play. Okay, I'm not giving up more. McDonald's, if you have it, trim. trim into 280, okay, for sure. This zone was support. It could be resistant again. So, but what a move, right? What a move. This in tax loss selling, irrational fear on weight loss drug, so irrational. Guess what? A lot of people will stop, would not spend $1,000. Okay, no one. The majority of people can't afford that. That's crazy. Sure, people love to lose weight, but they love to eat too. Some people probably guilty of taking the drug and keep the same eating habit. Okay, this you never know. You never know. Okay, Coke, same thing here. Okay, getting toppy, 58. I be all out. Okay, I'm not gonna have dream of 59. Not right now. I think 58 might be it. I think that's it, right? Oh, I didn't talk financial. My bad. Okay, let's talk banks. Goldman Sachs, time to go. Bang, bang. Okay, the downtrend. So if you have it, 345 is the spot. Okay, I have V, which I trim, and I will keep on trimming V. Okay, V was an easy buy down here. I've been trimming, and I will trim more. Where's my stop? My stop is 245. Okay, I don't mind. Okay, because 245-ish was a sideways action, and then we got the move up. So I would like to not give up 245. So that's where my stop is. Okay, but yeah, I like V, but not up here. It's trim time. AXP, trim time. If I see 167, you betcha I trimmed 10% so far, but I would likely trim a lot more, if not 40% of my remaining position up here. Yeah, 50%, take half off up there, but yeah. Can I get into the channel and start to move up? We'll see, but no, it's a trim. Where's my stop? I get the stop on half of my share right at 159. Okay, I'm not going to give up too much because it can come back down to 152. Okay, that's $7. That's a lot. Okay, that's 4%. I'm not giving up 4%. No, protect yourself. KRE, resistance is here. If you have it, trim. I have not trimmed yet, but I'm watching it closely to see if I should trim. I have put spread expiring last week and this week too. So I have been playing put spread in the 42, 41, 40 area. I have not added any share since I trimmed up here. I still have 100 share left, which I might be. I'm watching this. I want to see if this can break out and then sell out at 49. If there's a breakout over the 200, that's a spot. Okay, we want to say goodbye at 49.54 ish. That's my plan. That's why I haven't sold yet. I want to see if this one would have the center rally on the financial. Yeah. JPM. Need the time to go. If you bought down here, congratulations. Okay, congratulations. Bounce off. Okay, key support zone and break right through the support. Okay, I thought for sure this would be like an area of resistance because that was support before, right? Like this, resistance. No, what a run. Okay, always impressive to see a big stock like this run 10% from 135 to 150, right? So yeah, 10% move you have. It's time to go. Absolutely, it's time to go. Can it push to 159? Yeah, but the risk reward, what, $2? You're gonna squeeze out. Well, it's more than $2. It's $7. Okay, so yeah, but it's time to go. Time to trim. Raise your stop. Whatever you do, raise your stop. Okay. Center rally is not to chase into center rally is to position yourself before the center rally. The right thing to do for those that are new to the center rally is position yourself at the end of October on the tax sell off, tax loss sell off, and then take advantage of that so that you can ride it up into November, December and get out. And for those that did, good on you. Okay, and if you didn't, hopefully you do it next year. There's always going to be a tax loss selling. All depend on the sectors, right? That's it. Thank you for watching. Out.